All right, everybody, we are live once again to talk some Mets with you guys, so make sure to leave your questions in the chat below. We also got some stuff about the Mets landing a depth catcher, shall we say, and, some trade rumors along with that, so let us know what you want to talk about. But yeah, other than that, welcome to Mets Weekly, presented by Empire Sports Media.
Two, Vader. Swings and misses, strike three. He struck him out. 5 Met pitchers combined for the second no-hitter in New York Mets history.
Yeah, but other than that, Michael Perez, we're going to talk about him in a second, but any opening message for you, Andrew, that you want to talk about off the top of your head with this team?
They suck.
They suck? Okay, cool.
Making Yu Darvish look like his rookie 2019 or 2016 form last night.
Hey, Yu Darvish has always killed us.
But, Yu Darvish in the grand scheme of baseball, besides when he had Spider Tag, has been mid, and we make him look like Roger Clemens. So that's always good to say. But again, we'll say.
Yu Darvish has always destroyed us. It's nothing new. I wasn't shocked at all. Definitely frustrating, to say the least, with the offense last night. But you know what? That was the main reason why we brought in a bat yesterday and Daniel Vogelbach, who isn't starting tonight. But hey, maybe he'll bring some presence to the offense tonight. And they did well against Snell last time. But Michael Perez, this guy was, I believe, a 5th-round pick by the Pirates a few years ago. 28 years old, 29 years old, something around there. Huge pull-happy guy. Hits a lot of fly balls. That's what I like. Good bat speed. Got good play discipline. Not the best defender, though. So, you know what? At this point, I'll take an offensive catcher, especially with the lack of offense. He has not really been hitting pretty well overall, but I'm not really as worried with Michael Perez in the Pirates hitting lab. So that's something that I really don't give a shit about. But yeah, I will say something about this guy. He does have a nice swing. He does have a pretty swing. So I don't know. Getting some insane Trevino vibes about this guy. Well, he doesn't have the glove like Trevino, so maybe he can hit like Trevino. That'd be nice, at least for the time being that he was going for. We need Josh Bell. That's something that what do you think about Josh Bell?
I want nothing to do with him because it's the same problem. He did this in 2019 where he had this godly first half, made the All-Star team with the Pirates, and everyone's like, oh, this guy's elite, and then did absolutely nothing in the second half. I get it. He has better numbers than he did in 2019, but this guy just screams of potential. Oh, you bring him in, and it's Jay Bruce all over again, where he had a good first half on a subpar ball club. He comes to the Mets, comes into a slump, and is a waste of assets. So I don't want him. If they get him, cool. I'm hoping it's not for Alex Ramirez or Ronnie Mauricio because I'm scared what the Nationals and Mike Rizzo are going to ask. But if it's for, Dominic Hamill, Nick Plummer, J.D. Davis, and Dom Smith, cool. But if it's for an actual high-quality asset, I'm going to be kind of upset because this just screams like another Jay Bruce where you get another big bopper and he comes to the Mets, it's like one big homer and then does nothing the rest of the second half. So there are better options in my opinion. I have more faith in Trey Mancini than I do for Josh Bell, but Josh Bell's got the good batting average and everyone loves the good batting average. So that's everybody's favorite.
I don't think that he's really that bad as people are saying, with him having one good half and then having one good half and then one bad half. I think you're seeing an above average half at his best, and then you're seeing, a above average half and then the other one it's above average. Like I don't think he's been, I don't think he's really been as bad as people think he is. Just not as good as the outlying non-sustainable other half that he has compared to that. I mean, I would somewhat take him with the vulnerability that Vogelbach does have against lefties.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say you also can put, you can have three reliable options at DH, first base, and everything else. Like, what's it called? With Alonso, Bell, and Vogelbach.
Yeah.
So you can in and out switch them, and then you can sub one in for lefty righty or whatever, because we also have not been talking about how Pete has not been the best against left-handed pitching either this year.
Nope.
So I doubt they're going to sub him out because he is their main guy of offense. But all I can say is that you need something around him, then you can go that way. I think Bell prefers to play first base.
Yeah.
Every day.
He's trying to get so that makes sense.
Do I think he's a good defender at first base? No. Is he better than Pete? Probably not. But Pete is no amazing defender either.
No.
What about a guy like Josh Rojas on Arizona? He can play anywhere in the infield and outfield. That's definitely something that we are going to talk about in Monday's video. About some guys, utility guys that we can put off the bench to replace Travis Jankowski, because that can't happen. He can't. I'm sorry, he can't be on a playoff roster, and I don't trust Khalil Lee or Nick Plummer enough to say that these guys need to be in the postseason roster and have a guarantee. I'd be good with Kyle Farmer. I'd love Kyle Farmer, but I don't think he's like the guy to get right now. But
I don't hate that idea with Farmer. I do like him. I think he could be a fit as a lefty killer off the bench or a utility guy. He could play catcher as well if need be. Came up as a catcher, so I don't hate the Farmer idea. He doesn't have power. My guy who I want is the lefty utility guy. Doesn't have much power either. But Kyle Farmer's not a bad idea. I don't know what the Reds are gonna do. Selling, who they are. Is he a part of their future? Is he a part of their core? Who really knows what Castellini and the Reds are going to do? But I wouldn't mind it. It's good in MLB to show, so that's good for me.
Joe Mantiply is a better. Okay. I've been seeing this a lot on Twitter. The Joely Rodriguez slander's got to stop, all right? Enough.
Mantiply clears in every single way.
Listen, if you go listen, Mantiply is probably better than him, obviously, but hey, he's a soft contact god, all right? He's just walking guys, all right? And that's what makes him frustrating.
And that's against your cardinal sin, so you should hate him.
But I like contact management too. I like contact management too. All right.
You have this stupid video.
So if he can control the walks, then he can be good. Epler got fleeks in the Vogelbach trade. Can't tell at all yet.
If David Robertson's here,
sorry, Tony.
If Robertson or Bednar are here, you're not going to complain about.
Sorry, you can't judge it at all. It's impossible to judge it right now.
I'm starting. That's his first career.
JD Martinez or Contreras. I'd love JD Martinez, but the cost is probably going to be higher than you want to send over.
Because we don't know what the hell Boston did.
We didn't think Daniel Vogelbach would take one of our best relievers. So, the DH market, is that set in the DH market? The type of Holderman guys of, with major league experience and control, guys like that.
He doesn't have any control. Both of these guys are free agents.
No. Holderman, like the price, the receiving back. Yeah. Andrew Benintendi, would it improve the problems that this lineup has? No, but he's definitely an Epler guy. I definitely consider it, but he's definitely going to go for a lot more than people think he's going to.
And he'll piss off half the fan base.
All right, this is just fat shaming. Imagine getting fleeced because you have a reliever who has bad stuff and only pitched in low leverage.
Okay.
Stop it. All right?
I'm not as pissed because again we're talking about relievers. They are the most finicky position. So flipping a guy, even though we like the holder,
Okay, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about this. I want to keep Holderman again. Like my only problem is like a guy that like Holderman looked like a guy that may have been able to like he would have been able to break this reliever development dry spell. That would have been nice.
but also
Because compared to Seth Lugo, I mean, we barely developed Seth Lugo into a reliever. He started off as a starter, so that was kind of a different exception. But other than that, what else?
we're not a pitching factor. We need to sign relievers.
Other than that, like what else? Robert Gazelman. I mean, Chris Flexen.
And all we know,
What have we developed? You know what I mean?
and all we know, he could be the next Vic Black. Oh, he has a really good year or two with the Mets, and then flops out and is out of baseball in 2 years. They're relievers. They are the most finicky thing ever. So we like Holiday.
The only thing that hurts is the years of control.
Of course,
That's
yeah.
it. That's the only thing that hurts. But you're probably going to get that worth back when you do trade for multiple relievers. And if this is the only move, the Daniel Vogelbach,
then we'll complain. It wasn't the only move.
If that is the only move, Daniel Vogelbach, that's it. And then they bring in obviously Michael Perez, who they brought in. And then let's say they bring back Chase and Shreve off of waivers, right?
Jesus Christ.
That's it. Then we ride.
No one.
But hey,
yeah,
we are 9 days away from the trade deadline. Tons are going to happen. You might see a move per day from the Mets, to be honest, with all the weaknesses that you see on this roster, and they're trying to win right now.
So don't bitch until after next Wednesday. I don't want to hear week after Wednesday. So I don't want to hear anybody bitching until after August 2nd. If they have a shitty team after then you can bitch.
Yeah, sure. Especially on the inside. Yeah. Well, he throws strikes, but I guess, throws strikes.
JJ Bleday is making his big.
How can he be overrated if no one talks about him?
Fact.
No one talks about Colin Holderman. Everybody talks about Edwin Diaz. Everyone talks about Drew Smith in the negative way. Seth Lugo. No one talks about him. Come on now. Jesus Christ. Is Rhino a Mariners fan? You a Mariners fan?
They're my American League team. Yeah. I do enjoy me some Seattle baseball.
Did you get that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, throw strikes again. Listen, I'm 35. Dude, I don't care about the grades, bro. I don't really care about the grades.
I don't care about
you right now. Jesus. Especially with somebody that young. Honest thought.
Okay.
On Ty France, he should have been the all-star. He should have been an all-star before he was even replaced in.
Right? It was what, Vlad, and who was the backup for Vlad on the original roster?
No clue. No, I don't think Miggy took up a space.
Yeah, Miggy was the exception. Who was like the backup? Because obviously with the National League, it was Pete and Goldie. Who was okay, but yeah, Ty France should have been.
Contreras kills lefties. Hell yeah, yes he does. I've been leading a lot more towards getting Wilson Contreras, seeing Patrick Mazeika get more playing time, and Nito getting banged up. Remember, he had those X-rays. What was it, a week ago as well? And then he just got another X-ray yesterday after getting hit on the hand. So we'll see. I think they should at least do diligence and say, what's the asking price? And then wait for it to go down maybe at the last minute. They need to snag one. But again, it's going to be a rental. If you don't want to bring him back, you still have James McCann on the books, unless you can actually fucking trade him to back to Chicago where he originally played.
Or, yeah, Grandal for McCann. Who says no?
I would give up some good prospects for Mancini and Lopez. I wouldn't.
I would.
I think it needs to stay out of the top 5. I mean, Vientos can be a maybe because he is kind of a guy that can be a DH in the future, but lift the ball and then we'll talk.
What else we got? CJ
Cron and Blackman. You're gonna I mean, it's possible that you take on the Blackman contract to get Daniel Bard, but here's the thing. It's kind of like a mini Cano scenario where you're kind of taking on a contract and a reliever that's high regarded. It's a mini Cano scenario. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Why is John Gruden trending? I have no clue. I'm gonna just pretend I didn't see that.
But yeah, Daniel Bard is not. I wouldn't take Blackman on for Bard. I would strongly disagree with that.
Hell no on Blackman. I wouldn't say it's a hell no. I'd say it's a hell no on guys like
CJ Cron.
Some of the guys on the roster. How has Beatty been doing? Seems like he should be in AAA. I think he should be in AAA.
He should be in AAA, but I
think he should be in AAA at this point because I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of the problems that you saw with Beatty, like the kind of lack of power and the, hitting the ball on the ground a lot, he has fixed a lot of these things. He looks really good. Like, I know I troll you and I talk about, Beatty, he stinks or whatever. He's too white for baseball. But like, what I'm saying is like, all I can say is that Beatty has actually been fantastic. Like, he has looked fantastic, especially recently. He's getting on base a lot more. That more advanced approach from an older player is definitely you're starting to see that this year from him, and that's something else. I would say that Beatty's more ready than Vientos, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Nobody wants to have it. Maybe that's a video next week, maybe. But ETA
Beatty should be starting for the Mets at third base.
Oh, what a heel turn from Zariz, man. Seems like when the Rhino is right, nobody wants to admit it. But,
when's the ETA for Beatty?
Probably
2022. It's this year.
I'd say
it's
probably
this year. That's what they have it listed as. I think next year is probably when you're going to see him.
Yeah.
But if Eduardo Escobar keeps being Eduardo Escobar and JD Davis, we all know is going to be gone. If he's not gone, I mean, he might come back because he has 9 lives, but
he does have 9 lives.
I'd say Beatty has a good chance to get called up. I think they can't do that. Beatty has but he's actually like walking and he's also like hitting the ball in the air. Unlike Vientos.
What else? What is this?
That should be in Bell, Mancini, Benintendi, and obviously Soto. The Mets are making a huge mistake not being on Soto.
It's not the Mets' fault. Soto isn't a Met, it will not be because of
their hands are kind of tied for now. But again, I said this in yesterday's stream. There's a 99.9% chance that, and I'm pretty sure you brought up this point originally. I was echoing you yesterday. Soto's eventually going to fall into our laps. There's a 99.9% chance of that because of the agent that he has. Vientos is walking. Yeah, I'm sure he is walking, but he's striking out more than Javi Baez. So, no, thank you.
I don't think you
said what?
No, you the one to be talking about. Oh, the John Wick trial.
Listen, I like Javi Baez because he's a 5-tool player. Is Vientos a 5-tool player? I don't think so. The Mets said that they don't want to pay the price,
and also I don't think
they don't want to pay the price for Soto. Yeah, obviously. I don't think the major league readiness of players is the problem. I think it's just they're very high on Alvarez and they're very high on Beatty, and that's kind of how they're looking at it right now. He's eventually going to fall into your lap. It's 99.9% possible that it will.
That and so they're not going to get into the Soto sweepstakes until like the last minute. Again, this is going to be a Verlander to Houston, where they're going to see their offers. They're going to do last call, and I think that's when the Mets will be like Alvarez, Beatty, so and so on. If they want, if like the Nationals are giving them a fair shake, that's when that's going to happen. It's not going to be now where the Mets are going to automatically today go, because then you're setting the precedent. Okay, you're already willing to go to here, so the Nationals are going to be like, all right, we're starting here. Now we want this. So the Mets are going to play this game and like wait it out. If Rizzo gives them a fair shot. If they don't give him a fair shot, then the Mets are going to like hands are tied. Really, what can you do? They'll make an offer, and probably by the second, I would say that by the 30th, I think that's when this will start.
Now this is a good point. I understand, like, okay, Yankees, Dodgers, he goes to whatever.
Yeah.
But you have the exception to this. He's going to free agency. It will most likely happen. 99.9% chance that it will happen because of his agent.
Unless that extension starts with a 5. Unless
that extension starts with $5 million for over, $500 million over, what is it, 10
he probably wanted
or whatever.
Buying out the ARB, probably 15 at 500, maybe 500 more. So that's the only way he signed an extension. And then if the Yankees want to do that, do they want to just tell Judge to fuck off? Like that's what if the Yankees trade for Soto, that's telling Judge to.
I will tell that if Soto were to get traded, the top priority will definitely be the team that traded for him when he becomes a free agent, obviously.
And part of me wishes he does go to them. And I don't want to be cynical here because I do enjoy the Mariners, but I want him to get traded to one of those teams where they're a fringe playoff team, and then he can go in a year and be like, I want out. And then he would be traded again.
Dude, he's been a 5-tool player for his entire career. I really don't care what he's doing this season. That really doesn't explain his entire career. He can do tons of things to help you win games, and we saw it last year.
He got paid and went to die in Detroit. We all saw this coming. This isn't.
Nationals injured for the Mets are the last team considered for Soto or Bell. Soto to the Yankees or Dodgers before August 2nd. Again, off the top of my head, I don't think Soto's getting traded. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to wait for the price to go down a little bit. Maybe they can only give up 2 prospects instead of 3. That's what teams are probably looking to do. So, hey, I don't know. But all I can say is I personally don't think Soto gets moved. Unless there's a dying offer that the Nationals can't refuse.
I'm 60-40. If St. Louis is actually serious and starting with DC, Carlson, Wynn, Gorman, Liberatore, I think it can get done. The question is, are they going to go to that?
The Cardinals have enough outfielders to trade for Soto. So,
and it would give Washington their top third base. They would get the third baseman because then Carter Keyboom can finally piss off. That's probably more likely. Again, I want Soto to get traded to a team that's like a fringe playoff team where they could one break, they become a rebuilder, to one break, one break he can ask in a year to get traded. And then it's more likely to trade him, for the rental and not have to give up Alvarez, Beatty, Rocio, yada, 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 yada.
Exactly. This offseason.
And the new owner, I brought this up again on Mets Week again. We know they're going to get sold, so. And is Rizzo, and part of me hopes this goes to the offseason because there's a chance Rizzo's gone in the offseason.
There you go.
Boom, there goes the biggest pain in the ass in this whole situation. From the Mets perspective, is gone. They bring in a new GM to just trade him, whatever, and then obviously they'll sell whoever is going to buy the team, whoever the new buyer is. But we'll see. Again, it would be funny if Mike Rizzo's last move as a National is trading Juan Soto. We'll see. But I think
fuck you, like a fuck you move.
Yeah, I think the best case scenario from the Mets perspective for Soto is wait to the offseason. Hopefully Mike Rizzo is fired and it's a new guy who doesn't have a hatred for the Mets. And that's the best chance they have. And but obviously you're wasting here. And I also brought this up. The Mets window is now. You're not waiting 2 to 3 years for Soto. DeGrom's probably going to be 37 or not even here. Scherzer's deal's up. That's the building blocks of this team. Lindor will be here. We know that. The time is now. So that's why I have been trade for him, whatever, Alvarez, Beatty, whatever, because the time is now, not in 2 years. End of 2 years, who knows what this team's even going to look like. So I get playing both sides. I'd also love the ability to have a lineup of Alvarez, Beatty, and Soto in 2 years. I like that idea, but also I like the idea of having a parade in the beginning of November down in the city. I like that idea, and Soto will get us to that point offensively with some other additions. But again, you got to play both sides. And if the Nationals don't want to play, there's really not much the Mets can do. If they offer them everybody and they still say no, there's not much more that Epdog and Steve can do. If the Nationals aren't going to play, we're talking to a wall.
If the Mets want him, they can eventually get him.
And they will
eventually get him. That's the thing. If they want him, which I think, I don't know, all 30 teams want Juan Soto. If
but
he
not
wants
all-
him, he can get him. They can get him with this ownership. They absolutely can. Again, we don't know. Maybe maybe in the meeting of that time, Juan Soto gets into a fight with Francisco Lindor on the streets or whatever, and they bump into each other. But until then, I think you can definitely guarantee that the Mets will have their chance to get Soto. But I don't know if that time is now, especially with the uniform he wears right now, because it's in division. That's just how it is.
That's the roadblock.
But other than that, I do want to talk about what's his name?
I don't know. What's his name?
Shit. David Robertson for a second. It would be nice if they could include Hap with that. That'd be nice. But all I can say is that I want an additional bat. Again, I want an additional bat with the two DH platoons. Because again, like I said, I want to replace Travis Blankenhorn / Cano, that hole they have. I personally, I just want to I want to replace JD, Dom, and Jankowski for someone that actually is worth a damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just say they want a DH and 2 quality bench bats. That's what you have to say. That's what you like making.
A DH platoon or a utility player.
No, a DH and then a lefty killer off the bench and a righty killer off the bench. That's what they need. Mancini,
They already have a righty killer.
That's a lefty killer off the bench and a DH. That's what they need to do.
What are they adding right? No, I mean like what they're adding.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's get close and personal about this, okay?
Okay. They need to add a off the bench that hits lefties in a full-time DH. Trey Mancini, Josh.
Would you design it like how the Braves did it last year, or would you go like more?
The Mets need 3 bats. They got Vogelbach. They need a lefty killer, and then they need that full-time DH. That's what they're playing.
They got their Juan Uribe because he's a chungus, and then you need your Kelly Johnson, and then your Cespedes, right? That's what we're saying.
Yes, you got the whatever. You're just okay, yeah, but pretty much yes.
I'm just signing him in free.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing with the Mets can play. They don't have to trade anybody. They can just wait, pick the guys they want. And I saw something very stupid today, which I found kind of funny, is that the Olsen contract is going to be relating to Devers. I think that is I don't know who wrote it. I think somebody on ESPN wrote that. And I'm like, okay, you're both retarded. You're fucking stupid. That I get, yes, the Olsen contract was weird because obviously right away, what would happen to Beatty if Devers would go to DH because Devers is average defensively, so he would just go right full-time DH. Like, I don't see Devers at third base. I'm putting Devers at DH and just let him hit because that's what he's good at because he's average defensively.
No, we don't. I don't see Eduardo Escobar at third base, and they
put
him there every fucking night.
If you kept Brett to third, Devers would be the DH. He'd be
Pete Alonso was originally a third baseman in college. So
before he got fat.
Where he got thick
boy,
big bone,
big. So there's no trades going. There's still
Francisco Alvarez just hit his first AAA home run. It's a grand salami.
Oh, that's good RBIs.
Let's go, man. Let's see what the
exit was.
I just want to see the shot. That's a towering shot.
They've tried Beatty and left. He could play it.
That gives me too many Daniel Murphy vibes. I'm sorry.
I don't want to move. I'm not to play the guys in their position. Like keep Beatty at third. Stop. If you can do it, like McNeil is athletic enough. He really isn't great.
The only guy I feel comfortable with at secondary positions because it's been proven that he can play secondary positions is Jeff McNeil.
Yeah,
and that's about it. Like that's the only one I'm actually. He actually can be serviceable anyway. Try Beatty at second base, maybe. But what about Jeff McNeil? Where does he go? I mean, I'd love to send him to Chicago for.
I will say that
Eloy Jimenez and.
Bro, he looks good in the Mets road jersey. Like the Syracuse Mets jersey looks so much like the Mets big league jerseys. He does look good in
Yes,
that.
they do.
I wish Chad.
That's
I
pretty.
wish we can.
What about Guillorme? Guillorme is on a contending team. He's gonna come off the bench. That's this thing. I say it all the time. Yes, he's probably the best option at third base right now, but you want him. You want him playing. You want him playing off the bench.
And I
love Guillorme. He's one of my favorite Mets. No, this is my stream, bitch.
Oh, it's yours. Okay, I'll leave.
But I love Guillorme. He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite Mets. But like, don't take that Tim Tuffle role away from him. You know what I mean? Like, I understand he probably could start. You join late, lol. It's okay.
It's all good.
You don't get penalized, not yet, at least.
Yeah. But look at the Red Sox. That's my thing.
Neil's got a lot of control.
He does. He's going in like 2 years. Okay, that much.
Was he? He's 2026, right?
No, he's 2025.
No, he's a year before Pete.
Yeah, he's before Pete. Yeah, he only has like 2 years of control.
I forgot. That's right.
And he's old as shit. He's 30 years old.
Oh, man, we are shopping Jeff McNeil at the deadline. It looks like.
Yes, sir. Get these old guys out of here. But like
actually, you know what? Let's send McNeil to Boston.
Let's
do it. But send McNeil to Boston. He
can piss off. He's got a batting average under 300 now. I can shit on him. He's got a bad batting average now. Send that 300. Bad batting, and he's not even hitting the ball. All these little bleed.
He's still been good this year, though. I give him credit.
Yeah. Julio is still hurt. Nice. Still not in the lineup. Dude, really, they really sacrificed Julio to beat Pete in a derby. That's crazy. That's wild.
I mean, if Alvarez keeps doing stuff like this for like what, 2 more weeks?
No, we're not rushing him up here. No. We're not rushing him up.
Saying, man.
Unless he gets on a power surge.
Unless you're seeing their names attached to Wilson Contreras, man. I mean, I like Michael Perez's swing, but like that doesn't mean he's going to be an everyday starter.
$20 for James McCann. Who says no?
Vientos hit 2 line drive hits today and strike out, piss off Carson. Let's go. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, not even focusing on him at all. I'll tell you right now. You know why? Because he's not that good. And I don't focus on not that good players.
Hey, one of the guys.
Boston, who are we getting back? Rich Hill? No.
Trade Jeff McNeil for Rich Hill.
I'm joking because someone's going to take that seriously and
somebody will
smash their keyboard into 7 different pieces.
Hell, he could be a part of the Devers trade. I trade him.
Yeah, it's versatility. I mean,
but,
I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, Alvarez just crushed he just killed a small family.
Fat new kid. One of our trade assets just had a pitching ninja video. That slider was nasty.
Or what?
Just check your DMs. It's a beautiful backward slide. Right. But what else we got?
I'd rather trade McNeil than McGill, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, they both.
The value is very stagnant for McGill right now because of his injuries.
I mean, he's going to be a nasty left. Yeah, that's
Brax.
All
right.
What's it going to say? Watch Tyler McGill be that high leverage 7th-inning guy we need once he comes back.
I want him to be in the bullpen just to like.
On a run for, I just tied it up. I don't know if I like those Brewers City Connect jerseys. I don't know if I like them or hate them or love them.
I don't really think I care, to be honest.
Like I like the blue, but the yellow kind of just throws me. And then they have like dark blue helmets. Like pick a blue and be done. Like Jesus.
I mean,
what else we got?
Let's be real for a second. There was no plan for Alvarez to be called up.
Of course, yeah. He forced the issue.
He said, "I want to make the majors this year." Mm-hmm. And that's just him being the confident, cocky beast of a chungus that he is. All right, pop
Tony wants
boy in here.
Get another on here.
Can we trade Budo? Budo was brought up for something, right? Was that for Vogelbach?
It was for Vogelbach, yeah. Because then Khalil Lee's been coming up for Mancini.
I'm gonna guess again, like I was saying last night. I feel like Budo and like maybe paired with Drew Smith was like the offer that the Padres weren't budging on, and then they said nope, we like Holderman, and that's what sent him to Pittsburgh. I think I think Billy got weighed down a little bit, but like
Yeah.
But other than that,
Yeah, Khalil. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Khalil Lee for Mancini. If he's the main piece, if they want him, hell, him, Hamill. Why is Matt Barzal trending?
So you can have that. I'd rather have Drew Smith than Holderman. Not joking, his ceiling is higher. Yeah, okay.
Drew Smith's a fly ball merchant.
Drew Smith has to learn how to keep the ball out of the air, and then we can talk about that.
I love DeMayo has the only high def version of the Alvarez bomb. It's like crystal clear.
That was a ding dong. That was a fat ding dong.
That was a barrel. Pretty sure that's a barrel.
That's a barrel and a half, man.
It hit a shot.
That's 2 barrels and a half right there.
2 barrels. TonyMetro.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, boys?
Not much. What's going on?
Now we can.
You came to yell about something. What do you got to yell about?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I was at a wedding last night, so I did not watch a single pitch of the game.
Didn't miss much.
Lucky you.
Checked in, obviously, periodically, and yeah, a terrible game. But don't love the trade that Billy made for Vogelbach. Not a fan.
It's just incomplete, in my opinion. I'm not ready to jump yet. If that's the only move they make, that doesn't involve a reliever.
I don't have the problem with whatever you say. I don't have the problem with acquiring him, and I understand it's most likely a piece in a larger picture. But the trade of Holderman, like that's what frustrates me.
Yeah. The control is the problem.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people are going to say, he only had 6 innings of Major League Baseball. He had an injury this year. But to me, it's more about the fact that he has many years of control. He obviously had a great start to his career, shows some strength stuff. He's performed in various different points of the game, 8 innings, 8th, 9th, even stuff like that. Appearance in the 10th against the Cubs, but it's just frustrating to watch.
Yeah, I know it's frustrating because like you look at what the bullpen where you only have like one guy at the top tier in Diaz, and then Ottavino's like right below him, but like after that you've had a lot of guys that have become question marks to bridge to Diaz, and that's kind of like been the problem. And now you're in this kind of standstill of the next week and a half to the trade deadline of if they're actually going to fill up this bullpen. Personally, I think fully healthy, you add 2 to 3 arms to this bullpen, it's loaded. It is loaded, but like because you also have, you have Tyler McGill who's probably going to move to the bullpen. It's very possible with the health reasons. Hopefully they take that route with Woodruff and Burns, like how they did starting them off with as a reliever and kind of building up their innings. And then, David Peterson could possibly move to the bullpen when Jacob deGrom comes back, if he ever comes back. Joey Lucchesi is another guy that can come back, but you can't really full on rely on these guys like actually being fully healthy and maybe somewhat effective. Because again, Joey Lucchesi coming off a Tommy John surgery, important, a very significant injury for McGill, multiple ones. Yeah. So yeah, they definitely have to make a trade, but I mean, it sucks because Holderman looked like the guy that could to break, like what we said, break the spell of developing relievers. And Lugo looks to be the only exception, as he was good at his time. But again, he started off as a starter. So it wasn't him just like initially being a reliever. It was just kind of like the workload with Seth Lugo. And I think they established that workload in 2020, and that's what's kind of basically
2 things.
Falling him off the cliff.
Joey Lucchesi went down for Tommy John in what, late May, middle of June last year?
Early June, late June, something like that. Yeah.
June. So he's a year out from that. It's usually a year, sometimes a year to even a year and a half for Tommy John recovery. So great that he's throwing. Not someone that, I would ever, and I don't think this front office would be like, oh, Joey Lucchese's coming back. He's fine. Another lefty in the bullpen. I don't think they're banking on that. But I would say David Robertson is as good as a bet to be a New York Met as anybody else on the market. But yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough because this bullpen's not really been inspiring. And to take one of the pieces, no matter how minuscule or small sample size it was, to see this guy who we drafted and developed come and have a great start to his career and trade him away for this guy is frustrating.
Votto is on COVID, I think, right now.
How long?
Call up Medina. Medina's been good, but who's going to take Seth Lugo right now?
No,
you know what I
he's
mean?
gonna
His
get-
value is
yeah.
so low at this point. We've gone to a point where Lugo can't throw a strike now. Like, that's how bad it's gotten. Knicks might get Spida. I would love him, but again,
just
not
give
Mets
it.
related.
It's done. But yeah,
Knicks Weekly will be on its way. Don't worry.
Don't worry, it's coming.
Let me ask you guys this because it's been getting thrown out there. Do you really think Rafael Devers might be traded? Because I think that's bogus.
Not in 2
I think
weeks.
they'll let him walk.
Off season maybe, but not
Even
the
then,
next
I
2
don't
weeks.
think so. I think they would try to, build another team for next year. It's fucking Heim Bloom. Like,
It
But-
is Heim Bloom, but
It is Heim Bloom, but like, look at the moves he's actually
gonna let-
made.
they're gonna-
Is he
they're
really
obviously
that
gonna let-
good? Like, I get he's a
they're
Rays
gonna let
guy, but
JD
like,
walk. They're gonna let JD walk unless
they're
they trade him.
3 games behind the third wild card spot. I think they
true.
should sell at least on like JD Martinez, obviously,
Yeah.
being an expiring veteran contract. But I don't think Rafael Devers is going to be moved this
No.
year. Or even
again, yeah, unless the Cardinals, a team gives a Cardinals type offer for Soto, where it's like, here's Walker, here's this right away. Off season, possible. In the next 2 weeks, no. Unless teams are just stupid aggressive, which I doubt it. But also, he's less of a pain. I don't know, like, Soto's a pain in the ass because of Boris. Like, I think Devers would be less of a pain in the ass to an extent, but yet you still have to trade him. You're going to have to pay him. So, again, I don't expect that in the next 2 weeks. I don't even think Soto in the next 2 weeks. I think in the offseason, it's possible.
I
but
wouldn't
not-
count on them just letting Devers, like,
Walk.
I mean, they're gonna let him test free agency, obviously, but like, I don't see them like, closing the doors on him at this point.
I wonder if I don't know the owners of the Red Sox, they're by name, but I wonder if they're, kind of falling victim to they're not the whole baseball's not a profitable business kind of thing. Like Mookie Betts just came out and said, had they offered me the contract that the Dodgers gave him, that he would have signed it with Boston, but they didn't. It clearly wasn't close. And now they apparently lowballed Rafael Devers on the deal recently. So I wonder if the Red Sox are being cheap.
It's possible, and they also have like a more analytical approach from Heim Bloom, so maybe they say that they don't want it and to spend as much, but like they are one of the they're not 1A. They're not 1A market team, but they're 1B.
No,
They're definitely 1B.
Rafael Devers, he's 25.
And it's actually it's Fenway Sports Group that owns the Red
I
Sox.
thought
And I'm
so.
pretty
I
sure
thought-
LeBron James is part of that, right?
Yeah, and he owns
Yeah.
the Penguins. So.
But you look at Rafi Devers and just comparing him to Soto because his name's obviously in the headlines. Like Rafael Devers is 25 years old right now, and the guy's hitting 324 OPS of 981. Like consistently looks like a 30 home run bat for the next 5 years, 6 years. I mean,
He's-
why wouldn't you
he's-
pay that guy?
He's hitting he's getting close to like breaking like the Red Sox records of like he's been had his name put next to Ted Williams in a lot of scenarios. Like that's how good he has been.
Put it
Like,
this way:
that's
the cost it would be for Soto, which obviously starts with Francisco Alvarez, probably goes Brett Beatty, Ryan Mauricio, one or two other names, and maybe taking on a terrible contract from the Nats. It will probably be half for Rafael Devers, and I think they're fucking really comparable players. I would pay for Rafi over the price for Soto 10 times out of 10.
It is true. My main thing about the third base position, and we all know what I'm going to say. There is a guy who loved playing for Buck Showalter on the Orioles who plays third base. I know he's a little bit older, but then you can, have him there short term and maybe ease Beatty in there or whatever. But Manny Machado, he's been playing well. And that's another possibility. Again, that's after the bridge of Escobar and what they decide with Beatty.
Why would Manny Machado be available?
He can opt out after next year.
He can opt out after next year.
Just like if Nolan wanted to, he can opt out.
And his favorite guy to play for, Buck Showalter. So you see the connections there. But again, it's a pipe dream. But
I don't see that one. It's not because I don't think he'd want to come to the Mets, but personally, like I want to get younger. I want to get.
It would be nice to get younger, but
younger, not more athletic. But
I think you can easily get younger with having Beatty there. Like once Machado would leave, because he's Machado's gonna. It's very possible Machado asks for short-term deal, high AV. It's very possible with him being in close to his mid-30s.
Yeah, and you're gonna have
another guy named Arenado, who the Mets you can definitely be in play for him just because the Mets' flexibility and how they are, but he's already expressed that he doesn't want to play in New York. So, money can always talk. Money definitely talked with Max Scherzer. I'll tell you that. But Wilmer Flores can play third base. I'd rather him not. I'll tell you that. I'd rather him not. I'd love Flores back as a guy to come off the bench. To be honest, I'd put him at third base over Eduardo Escobar. I definitely do that, but mainly just to put his bat in the lineup. That was basically what the Mets were doing when they had him. But
Wilmer Flores would be perfect to complete this DH.
I'd love it.
Problem is, do we really want to use two of our bench pieces on guys that cannot play the field whatsoever, don't run the bases well, strike out happy as far as Wilmer? I don't know about
That's
Vogelbach.
why my main guy is we talked about. I mean, we'll get into those in the videos, but Ian Happ, that was someone that was talked about. I mean, Jock Peterson is not the best defender, but he can play the outfield. He's not just a pure DH.
Jock's got that dog in him.
He does have the dog in him. That's something that definitely brings him to advantage.
And
the Mets can get Andujar from the Yankees. No thanks.
I would take Andujar 100%.
I don't really think there's really a place for him, to be honest. There's nowhere that he plays defense well, and then he can just be very finicky with the bat. But you could unlock something with him because he did have a high, kind of flamed out. But it's possible. But shout out to everyone in here, by the way. I'm seeing a lot of people come in and out of here. So guys, make sure to like the stream. See, we're at 14 likes right now. Let's try to get it to 20. Go ahead. Anybody saying 20 on YouTube? I think there's some people watching on Twitter, some people on Facebook watching us. But other than that, video coming out tomorrow from Frank About Sports. He will be doing the weekly recap as he usually does. And then on Monday we have our checklist for the trade deadline, which we're going to pull out. And obviously with that, with the one checked off the list of a righty killer in Daniel Vogelbach, you have tons of other things. And we're also doing that because a lot of people were freaking out, giving up Colin Holderman, and this is the only deal we're going to do, and we're done,
Hey,
so everything has a reason for that.
I just looked at Vogelbach, and I didn't realize that he's under control for 2 more years?
Yeah, he's a mutual, I think, the next 2 years.
This doesn't make sense. It says 23 team option, and then it says arbitration eligible for 23, and then free agent 2025.
Because he probably doesn't have enough games played, so he's weird in his age.
It's probably
it was the same thing with Chris Martin. when Frank did his Chris Martin video, he's got the same problem where he's like 36, but if it's just weird. Oh, he's in arbitration, but it's contracts. So it's same thing with Joely Rodriguez. We thought we had him for 3 years, but he's a free agent after the year. So contracts are just weird sometimes.
So Vogelbach, I'm on Spotrax. I mean, it looks like he's under team control for not just this year. It says until 2025 he's a free agent.
Yeah. We have. I think it was a mutual for next year, and then he's a free agent after that year.
Listen, I'll take multiple years of seeing that Chungus move around the field. I'll take it.
Big Chungus.
Hey, I need a foot race. Vogelbach versus Pete versus Wayne Kirby.
I mean, Mike, listen, is Mike Piazza available to play? That's pretty much all you're looking at right now.
Hell, just give me a Mike Zunino type. If you just give me power and give me your 12 hits or 12 homers, just give me something.
We have
available,
Michael
but hey,
Perez.
James McCann,
We have Mike Perez.
all-star.
Dude, he got a good MLB to show cards. Maybe Mike Perez might be an ass because he got a good MLB to show card earlier.
Let me put it to you this way: if the Mets deadline haul is Vogelbach, Robertson, one other lefty reliever who's we're not thinking of, but a lefty, and let's say JD Martinez, which I think is a long shot. If that was the group that they brought in at the deadline, how are you feeling about a World Series for this team?
Is Jacob deGrom ever going to make a start? Because I think even if we did everything, deGrom is going to be the reason.
Jesus Christ, Jake! Oh, he's injured.
That's the key. If you want to be a World Series team, his ass needs to be on the field. You can go add Mike Trout, Ohtani. If deGrom ain't on the mound, it doesn't matter.
Let him walk. We don't need him.
Hell, we're in first place without him, so
Go fuck yourself. All right. Yeah, but we're barely hanging on by a thread here. Come on now.
Hey,
we definitely need some improvements. Buck and Epler in spring training said we need depth and versatility. How versatile is a 350-pounder? He's not 350 pounds.
He's not.
I wish he was.
I wish he was. Add some more.
Because then we'd have like cool videos on social media of him and Pete doing hot dog eating contests.
Dog and belly dancing. But there's nothing wrong with a little bit of food.
Sumo wrestler in our comment section yesterday. That was funny. I like that. That was funny.
So career 336 on base percentage for Vogelbach.
He doesn't free swing. That's the thing. Like he doesn't free swing, which I like about him.
And he does have kind of a funny swing, like because he's so fat, it takes him a while to get the bat head around. It's just funny.
Well, yeah, I don't like winning at all. So, absolutely.
Well, let's compare it. His career OPS plus is 104. JD Davis is 113.
I would bring deGrom just from the DH. Fucking fact. Vogelbach did hit 30 bombs in 29 days.
I wouldn't.
Had that one big year.
I wouldn't make deGrom DH, even though that's a joke. But I wouldn't have deGrom DH mainly because most of his injuries came from swinging the bat. So I wouldn't. But hey.
As
Pucky is greater than Lugo. We're comparing piss to shit here,
piss to shit. Tub power still. That man that's a very strong boy. Even give him juice balls, he's still gonna hit.
He's massive, man. He's massive.
Yeah. I mean, he's not Alec Manoah levels of huge, but
in 2019. I mean, even Jeff McNeil got to 22 or something.
Yeah, after he decided to be a power hitter in the second half.
Yeah, and that ruined this team. He was the reason we didn't make the playoffs.
Oh, not because of a certain guy who literally.
No, I wanted you to join me in the Jeff McNeil slander because his. They're hilarious. They spaz out.
Bro, he's gonna win Rookie of the Year. It's gonna be great.
Thanks. What did he come in 6th for Rookie of the Year in his rookie year?
I don't know. That was in Korea. Nobody watched.
The Yankees are letting Judge walk for this guy.
What is it?
Well, yeah.
When TonyMetro goes to war on Mets Twitter, I'm gonna be in the trenches with them.
So will I, man. So will I. I mean, I'll be, I'll be on my phone chilling, but I don't think I'll be in the action. But
I'll probably be in the kitchen, to be honest.
It's not like deGrom hasn't scored the winning run.
Facts. Damn. So Fangraphs has him at 6'2", 270. I call cap on that. That might have been his opening day weight, but
He looked a little slim in his interview
he
today.
did look a little slim. Maybe orange was slimming for him, but he's a
Alvarez. Yep, Alvarez. That was a tank shot. Man sent that to the next hemisphere. Man,
next hemisphere. McNeil was better. This team's offense was better with McNeil in the 8-hole. How about when McNeil's not hitting little pop flies? That would be great. Hit the ball on the ground and beat the shift. That's what your job is supposed to be. Yeah, they have every right to ask for every single prospect because it's Juan Soto. Y'all are like clowning these, and then when the Dodgers trade Bush, freaking Gavin Lux, Pages, Miller, and they get him, you're gonna be like, "Ooh, that's a lot." Yeah, because that's what Juan Soto costs. This isn't Daniel Vogelbach.
can Vientos hit lefties? I'm sure he can, per se, hit them. It's just it's lifting the ball is the question.
Yeah, what else?
Does my ass look fat in the Mets uniform? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what you look like in real life.
I don't know what you look like. You
The
could
Mets
look
should
like
make a huge offer and see what happens. Yeah. I'm sure they've already made offers, but they've been turned down.
And again, like I said earlier, I don't think that the offer they want is going to come on July 31st. They're keeping the leverage, being like, okay, we'll offer you this now. Once we get serious, final offer, Alvarez, yada yada yada, on July 31st or August 1st.
The thought of Soto in a Yankee uniform makes me physically ill.
They'll still
Doesn't it
find a way to
all?
lose in the first round, though.
I mean,
speaking of the Yankees, I came up to this assumption the other day. The Yankees are baseball's version of the Dallas Cowboys. Lately, over the last 10 years, every year they're supposed to win a World Series. The Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. They lead Major League Baseball in wins. And yet either lose in the wild card round or get dick slapped as soon as they see the Houston Astros. So the Yankees are kind of like the NHL MLB's version.
Bro,
of the Cowboys.
I don't care about the Yankees enough to talk shit about them.
Exactly, because you're just one sided. I'm a baseball fan. You just you're a little pigeon.
I care about my team winning. I really don't care
every
about
top
the
10
Yankees.
on the baseball club. What is this? Because they're all in single A, double A. They're not ready because the last regime emptied out the farm system.
I mean, we all see the minor league depth. Come on now.
It's coming. It's just all 19 years old. 19, 20 years old.
It's not coming. We have Travis Blankenhorn right now.
Travis Blankenhorn.
Or no, he's gone now. Never mind.
I don't think anyone's actually taken a Strasburg contract on.
Dude, all I can say is when Travis Blankenhorn hit that ball in the air last night, I was like, "Holy shit, is that actually going out?" Because I was making, I'm making jokes of him hitting fly balls and whatever, and then I was like, "Wait, what?" Yeah, actually going out, but then no, it just died.
Nah, it died as always.
Why would anything good happen to this team?
The Angels are not planning on moving Ohtani. Yeah, that's smart.
Because they're idiots.
Like, just let their owner just continue to ruin that team.
How is Jerry Kelenic doing?
He's killing it in AAA.
To be
honest, I'm not paying attention to him, but hey, I know he's not doing as good as Edwin Diaz.
3 top prospects from any team's farm system. 3 out of their top 10. Easily. Mike Trout, 3, maybe, because the contract obviously burdens the team that they're trading with.
And he's got a no trade.
Dude, they could jumpstart this rebuild and put their farm system back into the top 10 in baseball, but they are idiots. Artie Moreno is a moron.
He's a loser.
But how much you want to bet he'll sign Trey?
It was Billy.
He
couldn't get pitching.
He's definitely signing Trey Turner in the offseason.
$400 million. Yeah, right. Sign Trey Turner and lose games 9-4 for the next 5 years.
Hey, it's the Phillies mentality.
They suck.
Michael Perez, you're gonna find out. He's the next superstar. All right.
He's a catcher. That's what he is. I love how Pirates
better than Patrick Mazika.
Gotta love Pirates Twitter out here complaining about Colin Holderman being in AAA. That's funny.
The Pirates will ruin him.
Oh, they're gonna ruin 100%.
They are going to ruin him.
They're gonna
Hey,
do
And
this.
I will hunt down their player development when they do.
Can I share screen share for a second?
You can.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
Our boy here, UK Mets fan. Everyone, I think knows him, right?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Our boy right here. He is from the United Kingdom, and he is a huge Mets fan and is on the field.
Hey,
Mm.
Good buck.
damn! I'd be dangerous if I had on-field passes.
I need
This
to see him next to Daniel Vogelbach.
guy's jacked. I love this
He
guy.
is
This,
jacked.
yeah, the arm tats. This man's ready to go.
Yeah.
Is that your future like goal? Is that like what you're trying to
For
get
me,
from the gym,
no.
Tony?
Bro,
no.
Nah, Tony's gonna get jacked.
I'm more into functional fitness that I can. Still
Oh,
do.
this. Come on. Oh, so let's see. What do we got here? What do we got here? What are the Phillies buyers? The Phillies are stupid. That's what they are.
The Phillies are fucked. That's what they are. They're screwed.
They're trying to make the wild card, that 6th wild card spot, just they'll get probably clapped by whoever they play.
They're literally doing what they're doing what their philosophy was at the beginning of the year. They're just trying to outslug everyone and maybe get that last wild card. That's it.
Maybe.
Squeeze every single home run that you can get the rest of the year, and that's what they're trying to do.
And then
They're
watch
not going to
them-
go anywhere
No,
because
they're
once
not.
you put the fucking ball in the play, they all just have a heart attack, and But, jeez.
Ooh, but yeah, again, the deal isn't going to happen to the second. So everybody's reading the reports. The Mets aren't going to show their hand right away. If the Nationals gave them a fair shot, it won't get done until the second or the first. So right now the Mets are going to hold their position. Say, hey, we're going to give you this, this, and this. When the Nationals go final call, then the Mets will give up their godly prospects, the Alvarez deal. They're not going to just start at, hey, I'm already willing to give you this, this, and this because you lose all the leverage. So the Mets are going to be, hey, we'll start with Mauricio, Vientos, Budo, McGill, Peterson. And then the Nationals going to be like, no, we want Beatty, Alvarez. Then, call us when it's last call. And then the Mets will, if they're, again, given a fair shot, then they'll give their best and final offer sometime next week. So it wasn't going to get done quickly. So everyone just complaining about it.
I'm glad you subbed too. I think all of us are glad you subbed.
I appreciate the sub. You get free
Abrams
chicken.
was
You
stacked
and
today?
if you guys do subscribe, you do get a Chick-fil-A gift card. It comes in the mail. It takes a while, but it does come eventually. So be sure to subscribe.
Okay.
Oh.
Baez
Abrams-
isn't good. The Tigers aren't good.
The
There's
Tigers aren't
nobody on
good.
The Tigers that have been good.
Exactly. I don't know how their hitting coach
Miguel
still has a
Cabrera has been
job.
their best hitter this year.
Exactly. That's a problem. I'll never forget that one game of Travis Blankenhorn being DH for this team. Nice.
Who is that former Dave something Long?
What do you mean, the hitting coach?
Yes,
Kevin Long?
Kevin Long. I feel like he has bounced around to 7 different teams over
Oh,
the last
yeah.
5 years.
I think he's in Washington right now.
The hitting coach the Tigers have is awful. I don't know how he's.
I don't know who that is. I don't know. Again,
What's his
who
name?
he is and-
Something
look it up.
Cool.
I'll
Cool
look
ball.
it up here. I'll look it up. But I don't know how he
He
has
had
a
that
job.
1 year with the Rangers, right? Made him an elite offense or whatever. 1 year with the Rangers where they went to the World Series. Just behind his time at this point.
Yeah, when you have I think what was the team WRC plus 43 or some shit combined
See,
for
now
a stretch.
now you're bringing up promises we can't keep. Fuck you, man.
I just subscribe without knowing that. Exactly, you got to subscribe. The Chick-fil-A gift cards do take a while, probably half a decade, but you'll get them eventually. You just have to subscribe.
All right. Let's hope Rizzo and Ainge aren't working together to own New York.
Their hitting coach is
Nice.
Andrew Chafin. Of course now. Hitting coach is Scott Coolball.
Yeah.
How the hell does he
Cool.
still have a
He's
job?
awful.
That's a great question.
He's awful. He's awful at his job. He's just not
He
good at it.
Very bad at his job. All right, chat. What else you got? What happened to Eduardo Escobar? He went to Detroit. That's your answer for literally everything.
Eduardo Rodriguez, not Escobar.
Rodriguez, same Both same shit. Went to Detroit.
He's on the restricted list. Didn't he have something going on with his family or something?
I think he had like somebody got caught sick. I think it was or something like that. They got Michael Pineda at 280. I think more 312. But what else we got?
Michael Pineda is 500 pounds.
500 pounds. Contreras and Happ. I hope. I would love them.
I wish.
They're already talking to the Cubs about Robertson. I don't know how they don't just try to bundle two pieces together. Like, you're already having conversations about Robertson. I don't understand why they just won't throw it back.
I already said, do my trade. I put it out on Twitter yesterday.
No, your trade was dumb. Devers is not available. Yeah, we know. Yeah. We again, that's give it a year in the offseason. Potentially, he'll be on the move. What do we got here? Give me Ian Happ or Patrick Wisdom. I like Patrick Wisdom. I like
sure. I'll take him at third base over J.D. Davis or
Eduardo Escobar, and he does hit
Escobar.
lefties. Amanda Waller's going to be in Black Adam.
Okay.
No, I'm just going through Twitter, just seeing if any rumors or news come up.
All right.
Let's see, we're going at an hour mark. Any guys got any other questions? We're getting close.
All right, last call for questions, folks, and then we're gonna hop off here, and Mets game starts in what? An hour,
yeah.
Yeah. We've got who on the mound tonight? Bassett.
Bassett against lefty.
I have a question. Will Jacob deGrom ever pitch in the big leagues again?
Nah, he's on that Atlanta Braves timetable of just not pitching until he signs with the Braves.
You guys see the meme yesterday about Andy Martino? And I think it was actually from Rich McLeod. He's a dork in his own right. But he said what the Mets fans want, and Andy Martino with one of his articles saying why what you want the Mets to do will not happen. Like, that's every Andy Martino article.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally like, we want Soto. Okay, this is why the Mets won't acquire Soto. We want, like, David Robertson.
We want DeGrom healthy and back. Here's why Jacob DeGrom will not come back.
And why he hates the Mets.
Won't come back and will go sign with the Atlanta Braves, your biggest rival.
He is like his
cuck.
Exactly. He has done that. The main thing that he does is not only does he try to stir the pot, because that's literally what every reporter does, but like he tries to act like a reporter by asking a question, and then he's a reactor. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Like he's not a reporter. He's a reactor with like an actual source that he brings along from another source. Like that's literally what he does. Yeah. Like that's Martino. That's what.
And the only thing he ever broke was Taijuan Walker to the Mets, and we all know that was probably we didn't want that news to break. I think that was the only thing he's ever broke in his life was Taijuan Walker to the Mets. That's it.
Taijuan Walker was because of how Bauer screwed them over. That's really why they did that. But what players on the Mets currently must they extend? Nimmo is my main guy. If DeGrom is actually healthy, I'd love to bring him back. To be honest, I give him $50 million regardless, but that's a different story. I'd love to bring Bassett back, but they also have that that player option or something that they gave to him.
I think it's a mutual.
I don't think they have to worry that much about that, but they can go deep into that if he rejects it.
So the bench is just cleared in Boston.
And then Diaz, I'd love to bring back Diaz, but we'll see what happens.
Supposedly, Alek Manoah just got into a fight in Boston.
Did he?
I'm trying to find a video because everybody's complaining about Manoah. Well, just complained about Manoah calling him an idiot, so I'm guessing he started a fight. But yeah, any other last second calls, and then we're gonna get up out of here. I'm probably gonna go make a pulled pork sandwich.
Cute. But yeah, other than that, I think what is it? Tomorrow, DeGrom has his fifth and hopefully final rehab start.
He's pitching tomorrow?
And, tomorrow, Sunday.
That's a fast-ass turnaround. Why is he pitching on Thursday and then Sunday? They said Monday. I just saw somebody say Monday. They're not going to hear until Monday.
I don't know, dude. I wish.
I just saw they'll know more about the rehab assignment on Monday.
Trevor May tomorrow as well.
Trevor May tomorrow.
In Binghamton. Probably going to pitch an inning.
That's what he does.
And then Joey Lucchesi started throwing. I know that, but no rehab assignment yet for him.
Nope.
Has started because, again, Tommy John surgery. And yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it. How come we can't talk about Rosario hitting 296? Because who cares? What is Cleveland doing right now?
What is with this Sydney? This fucking Sydney shit, yo. Y'all are a bunch of morons.
So, all right, shut up. I think we're done here, guys. We're gonna hop off. But other than that, guys, tomorrow video Frank About Sports doing the weekly recap as always.
If anything drops, we'll be live.
We have a wish list video about the trade deadline. Unless they do other moves, it'll update it. But we'll probably record that tomorrow. And then other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if Tony's still here. He can do his final goodbyes. But other than that, there you go.
I am still here. Goodbye. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And hopefully we'll be some written pieces on Empire Sports Media's website in the next week from me. And also going to Tuesday Subway Series game. So Taiwan Walker,
nice.
You better bring it.
All right. Well, that I really God. Prove it to us. That's it. That's all I got to say. But other than that, guys, we're going to hop off now. Thank you guys that everybody came through. Obviously, EmpireSportsMedia.com for all the New York sports and everything. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that stuff. Follow us on Twitter. All the links are in the description, and we'll see you guys next time. LFGM, let's get a victory tonight. Even up the series against the Padres. We'll see you guys.